Foolish and reckless political leaders set the wrong compass heading, and we lost our way. We became the woke department, but not anymore.
Exactly. The military had lost its way. All of these like professional generals who had served in the military for decades, they didn't know what they were doing. They needed the guy from morning TV that reportedly never washes his hands. And that put them right back on a good heading. What sort of heading? The sort of heading that would result in a story that's been going around the last day or so of how the Coast Guard apparently no longer has an issue with the swastika or something. They're denying it. We're gonna try to sift truth from falsehoods. So according to reporting from the Washington Post, the US Coast Guard is no longer gonna classify the swastika as a hate symbol, according to a new policy that is intended to take effect in December. Instead, it will classify the Nazi era insignia as potentially divisive under its new guidelines, which I think is realistic to the time we're living in. For a lot of people, it's not divisive anymore. It's actually pretty sweet and they'd love to see more of it. Maybe they're just admitting what everybody else is coming to grips with. The new guidance says that if a potentially divisive symbol is reported, supervisors should inquire about it, then consult with their legal office, then they may order the symbol's removal, but there's no further guidance requiring that it be taken down. Isn't that fun? And it's not just, by the way, swastikas. They also want to similarly downgrade the classification of nooses and the Confederate flag, though display of the latter remains banned. So I guess the Confederate flag is still more divisive than the swastika, I suppose. In any event, we have to sort of jump ahead to the Coast Guard now after this news cycle is saying this is totally not true. And they're lashing out, they're calling it fake news as the Trump administration is wont to do. They're saying it's totally categorically false. But like as you can see in this final graphic, graphic 6, you can see the excerpts from the Coast Guard policy document specifically saying that those potentially divisive symbols include a noose, a swastika, any symbols or flags co-opted by or adopted by hate-based groups, that sort of thing. It is a downgrade of that. And so I feel like this is just PR here, and maybe substantively they'll backtrack, at least for now, because it looks so bad for them, Brett. But I feel like they got caught out by journalists here. What do you think?
That's what it is they don't realize what they're saying. And this is a theme that really frustrates me. Like, there are very basic truths we can say. Like, I can say that diversity is a good thing. I can say that equity is a good thing. I can say inclusion is a good thing. I can say the swastika is a bad thing unless you're like in Japan and Buddhist. Like, that is it, and then it's backwards, right? But these guys are trying to tell us that all those things which throughout time have had good implications and connotations, they're trying to tell us that they're bad. And they are shocked and can't believe that's what's happening, is that all the things we know are bad by their super uno reversi card of hate logic, they're actually saying that the bad things are good now. And whenever we shine a light on it, they're like, whoa, not so fast. That's not what we meant. That's exactly what you meant, you doink. That's why none of those guys in that clip we played earlier that were at your stupid speech with the generals, that's why none of them clapped for you, because they know you're an idiot and an unserious loser.
Exactly. No, exactly. This is, again, it's just identity stuff. It's symbols, it's renaming. There is no one less substantive than Pete Hegseth. It's all just identity politics. It's religion, it's race, it's sexuality. That's all that they actually care about. And it's no way to run a military.